Welcome to the Listening Time podcast. Hey everybody, this is Connor, and you're listening to episode 127 of the Listening Time podcast. Thank you all for listening. Today my voice is a little bit weak because I'm a little bit sick, so I'm sorry about that. I appreciate you bearing with me. I appreciate your patience. By the way, speaking of patience, this is the topic of today's episode, patience. So I want to talk about this today and talk about some different situation in which patience is required, is necessary. So I think this will be a good topic for all of us because I think that pretty much everybody has room for improvement when it comes to patients. By the way, we use that phrase room for improvement. This just means that you have space to improve. You are not perfect. There are still improvements that you can make. So we all have room for improvement when it comes to patients. So this should be a good topic for today's episode. So, and hopefully it will inspire all of us to be a little bit more patient in our everyday life. And hopefully that will help us out. So that's what. Remember that you can sign up for my US Conversation podcast if you feel ready to start practicing with real conversation between native speaker. In each episode, I talk to someone from a different part of the country, from the U.S., and we talk about a bunch of different topics, and you'll get to learn a lot about the U.S. or culture, different topics. These conversations are really interesting, and we speak naturally, and I provide the transcript for you. So you can follow along, and you also have the definitions of new words, phrases that you might not know that we use during the conversation. So if you are interested in that, the link is in the description below this episode. That's and if you want my advanced podcast episodes, and if you want to practice with me speaking at normal speed, then make sure to sign up for my membership. The link is also in the description below. If you become a listening time family member, you get 2 new advanced episodes every month. And if you're a Spanish or Portuguese speaker, check out my ebook if you want to read fiction English. And always, if you like that podcast, I please give it 5-star rating and write a review, and you share it with everyone, as you know. Are your ears ready? You know what time it is. It's listening time. Okay, let's talk about patience. So, first of all, I need to mention that I'm not the most patient person in the world. This is an area in which I need to improve a lot. I am willing to admit that because I'm not the most patient person, and I really want to improve in this area. I look at my wife, for example. She is more patient than I am, and I try to learn from her because there are times when we're both dealing with the same situation, and she is patient and calm, and I'm more agitated. The word agitated means that you are bothered and anxious for some reasons. So I might be agitated, and yet she is perfectly fine, and we are dealing with the same situation. So I can see that other people have more patience than me sometimes, and I really want to improve in this regard. I need to improve, and I try to do every day. So I'm not talking from the perspective of someone who has tons and tons of patience, and I'm talking as someone who needs to improve in this area. So what are some different situations in which we need to be patient? The first one that comes to mind is when we're sitting in traffic. By the way, we use that phrase sitting in traffic when we talk about being in your car and you're in traffic. It's moving very slowly, or sometimes it's not moving at all. We say that you are sitting in traffic. So this is the first situation that comes to mind when I think of patient, because it's a very common occurrence, and for me it's one of the most frustrating situations. I hate being in traffic. It's one of the worst things. I'm sure a lot of you agree with me about this. So if we're not patient, the traffic can really bother us. It can really annoy us, and sometimes it can ruin your day because you allow your mood to be negatively affected by the fact that you have to wait in traffic. So this is something that we want to avoid because we can control traffic. It's completely outside of our control. And if we get bothered by traffic, this doesn't help us, right? We can't do anything change the situation to make the traffic suddenly go away. We have no control over for that. So I don't think it's worth it to lose our patience, to lose our cool and get really angry when we're stuck in traffic. There's no benefit to that.